Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Winning Mantras. Today we have the national winners of Asian Paints Canvas 2020 from NMIMS Mumbai. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you all doing? And did you get time to celebrate your big win?
Thank you so much for inviting us for this session. And we didn't get an opportunity to celebrate it in full extent as of now. We are hoping once the corona situation improves, we might be able, all of us might be able to meet together. But me and Sham did get the opportunity to catch up with each other, have spent a few couple of hours together and discuss on what we did correct and what we did wrong for the solution.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, let's just begin with the basics of what the competition was about. Here, I would like you to tell me something about the structure of what the Asian Paints Canvas competition was like, and how did you go about solving the case given to you?
So Asian Paints Canvas is one of the most prestigious case study competition that we all marketing students look forward to. So the competition spans out to two rounds. So first round is a campus round. In this, we are provided a case and we have to present a solution to the team. Top five teams from each campuses then get a chance to present their case to Asian Paints team. And one team is selected from each campus to present the solution to Asian Paint leadership in grand finale. So this is more or less the structure of it. And talking about this year's case, so Asian Paints usually gives a live case every year. So something that their teams are also currently working upon. So this year the case evolved around DIY category. So in India, mostly people rely on contractors to get painting and repair work. Unlike in Western countries where DIY is popular and people prefer to do these activities themselves. So the case talked about growing this DIY category in India, which is at a very nascent stage here currently. So our deliverables included suggesting a product mix that the consumers would be willing to take. Also, DIY has a decor space as well as repair space. So we had to analyze whether the customers are interested in both these space or whether in any one of those two categories. Also, a very important deliverable was to analyze whether with the growth of DIY, the stakeholders like contractors and dealers will be affected or not. So this was more broadly the phase one deliverables that we had to do. For phase two deliverables, we had to come up with a 360-degree marketing campaign for the growth of this DIY category. So this was the complete Asian Paints Canvas 2020 all about. Yeah.
This sounds like a very interesting competition, especially the DIY themed theme
Mm.
that was incorporated in the competition. I am sure you must have come up with very interesting solutions as well.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the three of us believe that we did come up with some interesting solutions. At least we like to believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when we talk of solutions, I would like you to walk us through the entire thought process. How did you come up with an idea, and what were the key aspects of creating a presentation?
So how we generally work is that, and this is something that has changed post the Corona situation because otherwise we are together and we don't have this problem. So what we do is that we have a Google Sheet, and that Google Sheet is the master sheet. It has everything that we do on it, and whenever each one of us finds time to give to the competition, we just sit down, put our, and we always have a Zoom call running throughout the day. So whenever anybody is free, we just join the Zoom call, we just open the Google Sheet and we just start working there. So the first thing we do is read the case together, and then we make this Excel sheet where we talk about what is asked of us. And I think this is where we actually did well, especially for the first round, because we identified that the main problem for the case was the product mix and not the marketing mix. And I think that's where we had much stronger solutions when it came to products compared to the rest of the competition. So and yeah, so that's the basic framework on which we work, because we need a common place where everything is there so that the ideas don't get jumbled or not. And then we have clear demarcations on who is working on work and who is specializing in what fields, and then we just keep adding to that Google sheet. And finally, when we're working on the presentation, we actually sit together, all three of us, and we work on each and every aspect of that presentation, knowing which part will go where and which part should come where and how are we going to present it and what are we going to say and when are we going to say it. So that's the general framework with which we work for most case studies.
That does look like a very structured framework of how you went about solving the case study. And obviously, it's very compelling. I'm sure others would also abide by this and use this approach. especially in the new normal. You have to stick to a Google Sheet and your Zoom calls.
Definitely.
Okay, now when we talk about solutions, I'm sure you must have come across other interesting solutions presented by other teams as well. What do you remember any such peculiar solution presented by any other team?
Yeah. So the other teams presented some very unique concepts, and a lot of the things that we did, we believe that some of the things were common as well. So, certain things like usability analysis that we did of the products that we are suggesting. So it's just a form of showing how end-to-end solution looks like. So some of the products were very unique in terms of temporary paints or washable paints. So product mixes were also very unique, and certain solutions were in terms of totally new category creations, which we did think of, but we just kind of neglected it because we thought that it does not fall under the purview of Asian Paints. But certain solutions did definitely stand out. And for phase two deliverables, a marketing campaign was specifically focused upon very well by certain teams, and certain teams had a very different structure to it. And so the way that we've always looked at a marketing campaign is that we broke that up into three particular phases. One is we started up with an engagement campaign, how a product launch campaign will look like, and a category growth campaigns. So we broke our marketing campaigns in that way. But certain other colleges, the way that they went about the marketing campaign was they broke up the customers in terms of multiple phases, and they wanted to move the customers into multiple phases. And they went on about it by going on about the routine funnel, marketing funnel that we always talk about. And it was just very interesting to see how other colleges actually went on about the marketing campaigns.
Let's move ahead and discuss more about the jury. What were they looking for, and what kind of questions did they ask the teams?
So I'll take up that question again. So the jury was different in phase one and phase two. In the phase one, the jury was mostly brand managers who headed the particular departments. So the questions were more in terms of what the products look like, how it can be implemented, and it revolved around what are the different things that are coming up in the particular industry or particular product mixes that we have kind of suggested. But for phase two, it was the senior management who was there there as part of the jury. And the sort of question that differed from phase one and phase two was, what is the sort of impact our suggestion would have on the overall business? And how are we looking down at, let's say, 2 years, 3 years down the line? So it was very important for the senior management to understand how the business will move. Let's say they take some of our suggestions and how it will look like. So the sort of questions from phase one and phase two are very different, because phase one was more about product mixes and how it can be implemented. But phase two was definitely about how business can be created, how business will look like going forward. So very different sort of question and very different scenarios.
Okay, I am sure you must have prepared answers beforehand, and you would have an exhaustive idea of what you are presenting, the solutions you're presenting to the jury. So you'd have nailed those questions as well. Now, coming on to the next question. When planning and executing a presentation, we often do not think of the roadblocks that might hinder our path. Did you face any such obstacles that you had not previously thought of? And if you did, what strategy did you use to walk past them?
The main obstacle which we saw was that we had 47 slides which we had prepared because we had so much content and we had so much work that we had actually done, and we really didn't know how to present it in 15 minutes. So what we actually did was contacted a lot of managers, a lot of people in the industry, a lot of people up in the hierarchy in various companies whom we got in touch with while we were working either in summer internships or previous past experiences. And we actually ended up presenting to a lot of them. So our last day had at least 8 to 10 presentations to folks from various industries, and that actually helped us summarize the entire thing in 15 minutes. It gave us a perspective on what was important to be shared in the presentation and what we should withhold for future questions. So yeah, that's one of the biggest roadblocks which we faced.
Okay, the way you speak of it, I am sure now that you think of all of those obstacles, you must think, okay, it's good that you face them because every obstacle brings with it a lot of learning.
Definitely.
So I think it's all good in the end.
Definitely.
Now, talking of Asian Paints canvas in particular, why is this competition different or special for you guys in respect to all the other corporate competitions organized around the year?
So first of all, Asian Paints Canvas is actually a very well-structured competition. Starting with the case, it was a live case study in which Asian Paints team is also working upon. So as we were working upon this case, we could see that there were a lot of new product launches that were happening as we were working along, and also new marketing campaigns being launched to promote this particular DIY category. So this makes the complete journey very exciting. And also the feedback given by Asian Paints team at different stages helped us to learn a lot more about marketing and the areas we need to improve. And the best part was in the grand finale, we got an opportunity to present the MD and CEO Amit Singhal and other leadership team as well. So that was a great learning exposure which Asian Paints provided with Canvas 2020 to us.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. I'm sure you would have met a lot many top management people from Asian Paints, and it would have been a very enthralling experience for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, because it was your first virtual competition, or if I may say, it was um, a one of its kind digital experience for you all. Why would you say that these corporate competitions are important and we school students should still participate in these corporate competitions despite all the virtual hassle and everything?
So one of the most important thing that I think we as students have realized is that one is the theoretical aspect of what we study. One is what things actually matter and what are the things and how it can be executed. So let's say we've actually studied on, 4 P's of marketing, STPs, and, other business models. But when a live case study is presented to us, we need to kind of prioritize what's important, what's asked of the case. So it's basically putting together what theoretical aspects you've learned about and putting that to use. And so that's one of the key learnings that we have actually had over the period of 1 year, that after taking part in few of the competition, is that what are the things that are very much important and how you will actually put that to use. So that's number one. And second thing is the exposure that we get after talking to multiple people, not just while presenting. During the whole journey of our Asian Paints Canvas journey, like Shashank said, we presented it to multiple people. We kind of realized who the jury is, you kind of how you present it to them, what are the sort of things that are very important while presenting. So it's just the whole journey that kind of takes you through a very good path, and at the end of the day you kind of look back and see that it's not just something that can be called out, yeah, this is just some small thing which is important. Overall it's just a collective thing which came out, and we all the three of us were sure that the learnings are too much to take, and it's just amazing as a feeling that it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one thing all three of us would agree definitely when it comes to case comms is like it's like the one of the best decisions we took in the first year to take part in all of them. Because when we are working on a case study, we look at a problem holistically. We try to solve it from all angles possible, which actually helps us grow as a business leader. And it helps us get in touch with what is the truth in the industry right now. Because, for example, when we were working in Asian Paints, we actually had to go through the entire Facebook marketing campaigns, Google campaigns, Twitter campaigns, Pinterest campaigns, which theoretically is not a subject which we are taught in colleges, in depth especially. But this allows us to enter and delve into those aspects much deeper. So I think case competition is something that everybody should do in an MBA college.
Sure. I think case competition should not be restricted to B schools only. Everybody should get a chance to participate in them because it does provide a lot of learning in the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now that we're coming to a close of this discussion, guys, what is that one final advice that you would like to share to the future participants of Asian Paints Canvas?
Okay, so I'll start, then Sham probably and Shubham can join in. So have a great team, build an amazing team. They are the people who will take you through the entire journey because it's not going to be easy. Um, keep an open mind, work hard, and just make sure that you're presenting something which the case asks you of, right? So because we are very particular on what the case is asking us and what we are presenting to them, and then just hustle, I guess, and that'll get you the win.
Yeah, apart from having a good team and the other things that you mentioned, one of the most important thing that I think I will just say as a message is provide an end-to-end solution, not just to say that just do a Facebook marketing. Just say what the key objectives are. Just try to enlist whatever is asked asked of as a deliverable. So it's very important that provide an end-to-end solution. That's the message that I would like to leave out.
Yeah, just adding on to point, they have covered it pretty well. Just one more point, that talk to as many people as it is possible, because when you take a lot of different perspectives, that helps you refine your idea in a better way. And eventually, you get a limited time slot of 15 minutes to present to the jury. So if you have taken all those suggestions and perspectives into mind, you will be able to present what you have actually worked upon, and that will come out as a better presentation. So that is very essential, to talk to as many people as it is possible. And that is something that we also did throughout our journey.
Those are some really great advices. Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much for sharing such valuable advices and your valuable time for talking to us and sharing your insights about Asian Paints Canvas. It was a great conversation. I hope the B Schoolers of today have a lot to take back from this video. And we hope to see you soon. We wish you the best for all your future endeavors. Stay safe, stay home, and take care.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you very much.